We're going to call when
The big Ute? What's?
The big what?
That's you? Come on up. Oh, come. The Viper. Well, I'm Eric. I'm going to tell you about a race that we didn't do. I'm going to tell you about one of the worst days of my life ever. And getting ready for Ironman Canada, which didn't happen. That's a long story. So I'm in France, and we're in the Pyrenees. And I'm helping my partners get ready for Kona. And this is really cool because these guys all race and represent their countries. They're sub-5-hour bikers. They're sub-3-hour marathon runners. And I'm going to go ride with them to the Tourmalet. And if who watches the Tour de France? Right here. So we've seen the Tourmalet. We know there's this big, epic, nasty thing. So we decide that we're going to ride 3 or 4 mountains before we hit the Tourmalet. This sounds awesome. After a couple bottles of wine at dinner the night before, freaking incredible. Boom! I like it. Bring it on. I'm all there. So we start off, and the first part of the climb, I don't ride because I have a baby in the back seat. It's not mine. And I'm driving this English van. And the English van goes on the right side of the road, but it's just weird, through the Pyrenees with someone else's baby because they're riding. Okay, so we got everything that's bad. The gear shifter is still in the center, right? Wrong hand. Baby in the back. And we're doing this. Okay, so this is 90 minutes of Eric with Jesus. I'm talking to God the whole time. I just want to keep sleeping. Keep falling asleep. So we get up there and we stop. And the baby's still asleep. Now, evidently, there's a bunch of people in France right now that know there's a crazy American that stands outside with the baby thing at the top of a mountain, swinging and singing "Swing Low." Okay, so finally I get out of this, and we go and do a couple other passes. Absolutely, it was beautiful. It's gorgeous. I mean, all the roads are open, but then we get down to the base of the Tourmalet, and it's 94 degrees at the bottom. Okay, fair enough. We start our climb. Now, mind you, the guy that I'm riding with is much more svelte, much more powerful, so he is therefore much more faster. But I know where I'm going because I've been to the top of the Tourmalet. I've been to the Tourmalet. I haven't gone up this side, but I knew that when we got to the top, we came down. So we start the ride, and I'm by myself because nobody else is riding up this side. This should have been Eric's first clue that this day is going to suck. And I'm riding, and it's about a 30K ride, so I'm about an hour climbing. It was beautiful, and it wasn't really bad yet. I was a little thirsty, and I'd already stopped and tried to get whatever water I could, and realized water was getting bad. Well, I go for about another 20 minutes, and a storm system comes through. Now, this is not a storm system that says, oh, it's going to rain on you. No, this says, it's 94 now, let's make it 40.
Oh my God.
And I have 94-degree clothes on. So at this point, I'm back with Jesus again. And we're having a talk because I start to get cold. And I know there's a couple of us in here that don't like cold. We don't do well in cold. It's horrible. So we're going along. And I realize I haven't seen a human for quite a while. I'm going up. I know the road, thank God I looked at a map, knowing the road can't go any further. And I knew that I have to get to the top. I have to go to the highest point there is and come back down another 30K before I'm ever going to be warm again. So I went to the back, black black place. I was in the pancake. I decorated it. I had a bed of nails. I was laying on it. I mean, the Bee Gees were playing. I was staring the whole blast with the strobe light, and the guy from the Silence of the Lambs was in there talking to me. It puts the lotion on his skin. I mean, this is how bad my life is at this point. Finally, after an eternity, I hit the top. I was like, okay, this is half the problem. I don't have to climb anymore. It's not going to hurt so bad. Then I realized there's ice all over me and my gloves. And I have my summer gloves on. Well, I have some gloves because I thought the little thin gloves would be really warm. Realizing we have to do a 30K descent.
Oh my God.
And this is like this. Okay, how many people have ever tried squeezing their brakes when their hands are frozen?
Oh my God.
This is the most awesome thing ever. It took me a month to get the bicycle seat out of my butt. I was coming down the hill.
Oh my God.
So we go through this. So the climb, and what being in the black place wasn't so bad. Coming down is you're just, oh my God. So this is like the worst day on earth. I've already bonked. I've gone to the black place, Silence of the Lambs. We have all this. I get down. We finally make it to this little village. And I see my buddy. I said, dude, I'm in a bad way. And some of you guys have met Graham before. Oh, he's also good, mate. You know, we've got another 30K. We're going to do climb up Coldest Bend, do the descent. And, you know, another 30K from there. We'll be back home. No worries. I said, Graham, I'm done. I mean, that's fine. We're going to go back down here at 30K. You can go Coldest Bend. Okay, so you go from the pancake to the I Hate You cave. Now, do you know how fast you can ride in the I Hate You cave? When we were over there, I had done this climb, Coldest Bend. We see it on the tour as well. I'd done it like 8 times before we ever got there. According to Strava, when I finally got to that point, I shattered my best time by 6 minutes. I was so mad, thinking I had to go back up and back down. Now, the moral of the story is a little anger is going to get you a long way. We got back down to the bottom, and they were waiting for me, and they had pizza.
Yes.
But that will go down as one of the worst days. I thought I was going to die. When I got to the top of the Tourmalet, there was a guy up there that his motorcycle wouldn't go anymore. He's looking at me, you're going to ride your bike down. Well, I'm not going to sit up here with you. I mean, this guy's got all these motorcycle clothes. So, yeah, back down. So, the story, the worst day of my life cycling this year, getting ready for Ironman Canada. But it was really fun when it was all over. It was brilliant like 5 days later. You know, for 48 hours we didn't talk about it because I was still kind of scarred and raw. You know, but it gets better. So that is my most epic story of the year for training for Ironman. Death on Tourmalet.
I like it.